portal opened on Monday, and since then, there's over 1,150 Division I players have entered. This far outpaces last year's record-setting pace, which ended up closing with around 2,100 players. This is irking certain coaches in the Sweet 16. Tom Izzo is one of them.
I saw what happened at one school that, teams get a chance to play in the Sweet 16 and people are entering the transfer portal. Kids got to do what they got to do. And they're really not doing what they got to do. They're doing what their parents or their agents are telling them to do, because they still got to go to practice, go in the same locker room unless they leave the team. And I think that's insane. I think it's disgusting. But, that's my own personal opinion. I'm going to worry today about the guys I got in this program that have done an incredible job this year, and that's it. And if that costs me later, so be it. But Tom Izzo isn't cheating the people that he has that have been loyal to him for this chaos that is going on out there. All right, let's get back to some good things. That's not insulting. I'm not mad at you. I mean, I kind of am, but I'm not really. But I think you should know me well enough. But I learned from Stephen A. and you have the right to ask the question.
Well, we got a Stephen A. shout out. I mean, there's just a lot happening today.
You get mentioned all over America.
This is so much. He said it's insane. He said it's disgusting, Coach. It's a lot to break down. Do you agree with Izzo?
100% I agree with Izzo, but here's the problem. It's the NCAA. The transfer portal, first of all, is open 12 months a year, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. That's just the way it is. The reality. The agents are shopping these guys year-round. Having said that, I spoke to Tom Izzo that morning, and he was talking about this exact situation. The portal officially should not open until after the NCAA tournament. 100%. The portal should not open once the brackets are announced on that Sunday to the NCAA tournament. There's dead periods throughout the year in college basketball. Why shouldn't this be a dead period? It should be a dead period. Let people get lost in their teams. Get people get lost and being the best version of themselves coaching their teams. I talked to Tom that morning that he had that press conference, and he was kind of venting to me about what was going on. And I said, Tom, pour into your team. That's the most important thing. Pour into your team. This is a special group you have. Live, eat, breathe what this team can do and the special moment they can have. So, to me, my solution to this thing is NCAA, get smart. Portal doesn't open until after the Wednesday after the NCAA championship game, and then we alleviate all of this. Now, look, we had two kids like Justin Pippen. He put his name in. He's on that Michigan team. His name's in the portal. He's in the Sweet 16. Doesn't make any sense. Then you got a guy, the kid who just committed to St. John's yesterday, Joe Sansonet. All right, the portal opened on Monday. He committed Tuesday. So the portal's open 24 hours, 7 days a week, 12 months a year. That's just the way it is because the agents are controlling what's going on with these players. But Tom Izzo is 100% right.
I did not disagree with you. He's absolutely right. Certainly the portal should be open. I mean, there should definitely be a period where that portal should not be open. The NCAA tournament, I like that suggestion, Coach, in terms of not opening it until the NCAA tournament is over. I totally get that. I understand that. But I want to go into a deeper conversation about Tom Izzo, who I've known for years, and I got a lot of love for him. He's a phenomenal coach. This man has been coaching at Michigan State since 1995. Molly, he's never had a losing season, not one time, okay? We're talking about 27 years, 8 Final Fours, and a national championship in 2000, okay? That's who we're talking about when we're talking about Tom Izzo, one of the great, great coaches in college basketball history. But the only reason the program is considered a blue blood, so to speak, is because of him, not because of the talent he recruits to the program. They've had some damn good talent, a great one in Irvin Magic Johnson, obviously. You look at some other cats that Mateen Cleaves and others, you know, Draymond Green obviously comes from there, and along with a bevy of others, and nothing but the greatest respect. But in terms of superstar caliber dudes that would ultimately show up in the NBA, be on another level, et cetera, that's not what Tom Izzo is known for. And so to live in this day and age where you have agents, you have parents, hanger-ons, et cetera, influencing a kid, that is very, very tough for him to do because he did it the right way. And by that, I mean he will cultivate personal relationships. He would go out there, he would recruit. You either picked his program or you picked somebody else's program, but he had cats that were good enough, and he knew what to do with them as a coach. What he didn't have to experience, what a lot of coaches are complaining about experiencing now, is this feeling that they're being embezzled. That, you know what, blackmail, like this is what you want, this is what you're going to have to give us, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And nobody wants to deal with that. And that's a very, very difficult thing for Tom Izzo to deal with. And so I understand where his frustration is coming from. I empathize with him. But he has to understand that most people should empathize with him and not the sport. Because the sport spent years, meaning the NCAA and the way things were structured, where kids weren't being taken care of. Coaches were being taken care of, programs were being taken care of, but not nearly as much for the kids. And they exploited it and exploited it and exploited it until lawsuits came down the pike. And their very existence was in jeopardy. So now you got people that see that the power has shifted, and they're taking advantage of them the way they were once taken advantage of. And Tom Izzo was caught in the middle of that, unfortunately. And it's very frustrating for him, I understand.
Yeah, it's frustrating for him, and he's dealing with it. Like I tell Tom all the time, you know what? Do what you're comfortable doing. Don't worry about what other people are doing. You can build your program in your own image like you've done for 27 straight years in the NCAA tournament. Stay focused on you, and don't worry about the static around you. Now, look, it's a byproduct of the agents are controlling everything. There are agents that are shopping players right now, and those players don't even know they're being shopped. There are agents right now trying to set the market, Stephen A., at obscene numbers that basically are not real. Yet, you know what? Coaches, I think, most importantly, what they've got to do now is say they got to know when to hold and when to fold them. Like, they're being tested. And there's got to be a dollar figure. Say, no, you know what? I'm not paying that dude that. That's just the way it is. You've got to control your salary cap. And Tom Izzo's going to figure that out because he always figures it out. But you look at his team like, Jaren Jackson, he was a great player for him. He only stuck around 1 year. He was a great player. He's got Chase Richardson's son. He's got a good team. But do what you're comfortable doing. Get lost in your team, especially this time of year. Get lost in your team. Pour into your team.
Yeah, it's a new day for sure. Uncharted waters. When we'll get into some tourney action a little bit later, but coming up, we're going to revisit the LeBron-versation. There's got to be statute of limitations. How many times I can say that today? And dive into the Kings' comments about how the NBA is being covered. We're not holding back on that one. Plus, the Dodgers looking like a beast. Will they be slayed this season, or will they again rule the MLB? Jessica Mendoza stopping by.